Speaking on ITV Good Morning Britain, the former Secretary of State for Education claimed the Conservative Party needs a change in direction as she argued it was time Britons had an opportunities guarantee. The Tory MP was asked whether she would put her name forward in a leadership challenge against Theresa May as she admitted she would like her party to show what it can do for the country. She said, "I am committed to do whatever I can to make sure that this country for the first time is a place where it doesn't matter where you're growing up, you get the same opportunities, and I think we need to have the same level of ambition on that governments in the past have had on treating the welfare state or setting up the NHS. We need to guarantee an opportunity for people in this country in the same way that we try to give them guarantees on health and guarantees on dignity if they are falling out of work." Asked if that could be her manifesto for a leadership bid, she replied, "Well, things need to change, don't they? I think that people need to have some hope for the future, that Britain can be a country that runs differently and more fairly than it does at the moment." And when the former secretary was asked to clarify she would put her name forward for a potential leadership vacancy, she said, "I might be prepared to, but I'm more interested in the Conservative Party actually showing what it can do for this country. And I think, yes, we spend a lot of times trying to fix the nation's finances, but what we now need to do is discover, or maybe rediscover, our own mission, which has got to be how we ensure that young people growing up everywhere in this country have the same access to opportunity." ITV Good Morning Britain, Justine Greening says she would run for the next Tory leadership challenge. Image, ITV. Britain can be a country that runs differently and more fairly than it does at the moment. Justine Greening. Ms. Greening's admission comes as Chancellor Philip Hammond will announce a £2 billion increase in funding for mental health services as he delivers what is expected to be his final budget before Britain leaves the EU. After weeks of turmoil over Brexit, Tory MPs will be looking to the Chancellor to raise party morale with his annual financial statement on Monday. He is expected to respond to Theresa May's declaration in her Conservative Party conference speech that the era of austerity was finally ending, with a cautious loosening of the public spending purse strings. However, he coupled it with a warning at the weekend that the measures he is setting out depend on a successful outcome to the Brexit negotiations with Brussels. In the event of a no-deal break with the EU, he said he would be forced to tear up his plans and institute an emergency budget while setting the economy on a new direction. That prompted renewed accusations from Labour that ministers are preparing to turn Britain into a low-tax, low-regulation offshore economy along the lines of Singapore. Mr. Hammond insisted that was not the outcome he expected, and he remained confident there would be an agreement with Brussels. The Chancellor goes to the Commons buoyed by an estimated £13 billion windfall due to better-than-expected government borrowing figures. It is thought he will announce extra cash for roads, with a £28.8 billion 5-year programme of investment in major routes, broadband, social care and the armed forces, as well as help for small retailers. The additional funding for mental health will be used to pay for the provision of support in every major